Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to Be Inspired. You are in the best part of YouTube learning channel. And in today's video, you are just going to learn about how to learn single while loop in Python. So I know that you all are very familiar in Python, and in the previous video we just learned about Python basic while loop structures. So in the same way we'll just go with the while loop only now also, but with single while loop or nested while loops also we'll go it. Okay, so before starting the video, please share, like, subscribe my channel. Thank you. Okay, this is my Jupyter notebook. Now I'm just going to open this Jupyter. Okay, I'll just go for a new cell in this, and now we move on now and have see while loop functions like for loop. In addition to executing certain lines of code repetitively, for loop and while loop can both work with range objects. Range objects are nothing but like a list or a sequence. In the case of for loop, we saw how a range object is effectively treated as a list or sequence, and for loop it iterates over each of the integer elements within that range. However, when we used in while loop, now when you are going to use those range objects in while loop, is treated as range of values. In our example here, we initialize a variable num 0 and then we set up the while loop and we check that the value of num in the range between 0 to 10. This means that this condition will evaluate to true only the variable num is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 10. So if the condition is true, we go ahead with the iterations. Value of num is printed out in the console, and within each iteration we explicitly increment the value of num. This is where for and while loop differ. In the case of for loop, what will happen? The increment will take place automatically, but something which we need to define explicitly, whereas in case of while loop, only for while loops we are going to give separately. Explicitly is nothing but separately we are going to give. And now we will write the code here. The variable num I am just going to consider as 0 while num in range of 0 and 10, then print num. Num is equal to num plus 1. So it printed up to 0 to 9. Why it is not printing 10? Can you guess? Because I just asked the range of 0 to 10. For example, if I ask the range of 21, what will happen? We'll see. See here, it printed up to 20. So that's what the meaning of this. In for loops, I iterate over the elements in a sequence. While loop will execute as long as the condition is true. So we can go ahead and run the cell. Now all the integers 0 to 9 are printed out. Do you know the difference here? How range objects are treated in for loops and while loops. In the case of for loops, the sequence of integer is iterated over. In case of while loops, they are considered a range of values only. So we move along now by adding little bit of complexity to the body of the while loop so that we can use if condition also within this. Now we are going to join if conditions also here in this. So num is equal to 0 and by using the keyword while, num in range of 0 to 10 means you should select, you will get only 0 to 9. That you should remember. Okay, now I am using if statement. If num divided by 2 is equal to 0, then print even number. Now out of that, just print the variable num. Now the value of num will be incremented by 1 every time. Okay, so I'm just going to write this out of the if statement. What will happen, we'll see. Here my Python is running the code, so it is taking a little bit time. That's what this dark circle is going to be. When you get the hollow circle, you'll get the answers. So Python is taking a little bit time to execute this. So let's see. Let's wait till the Python is going to execute the code to us. Because Python has to see the variable num, and then it has to check whether the number is going to divide it by 2. If the remainder is going to be 0, then it should show that even number, and then it has to show us. And after each iteration, the variable num is going to be increased by 1. Okay, we got even number 0 only. This is going on like that. Okay. Okay, see here friends, I think I just done here one small change. If num percentile 2 is equal to 0, because why I'm using percentage symbol? Because the quotient, the remainder will be, you are going to check remainder, then I should use percentage symbol, not the slash. If you are going to check slash, what will happen? It is going to check only quotient. So that is the reason when my quotient will be 0, only if 0 divided by 2 only will become 0. That is the reason in previous case it shows even number is 0. And the num value will be increased by 1 after coming out of the if condition, not the inside the if condition. So that is the reason I just came out of this. Inside the while loop it should come. Now between 0 to 10 we have these many prime numbers, these many even numbers. Now what I'll do is between 0 to 20 we'll see. So I think all these are correct, right? So now we'll move on to this. Here we check whether the values of num in the current iteration is divisible by 2. If it is, we printed that if it is an even number. So let's go ahead and run the cell now. All the even numbers between 0 to 20 are printed out in the range. This is one more example to illustrate that it is while and for loops, so share a lot of similarities. Even now we take a look at how we can make use of length variable. Now we'll move on to one more variable, that is length. Value underscore int is equal to integer input enter number and then length is equal to 0. Now I'm going to use the while loop condition. While value underscore int is greater than 0, now my while loop start. Value underscore int double slash is equal to 10, and now the value of length will be increased by 1. And now the print statement. Number of digits and length. So we'll see now. So the value of length is equal to 1. Okay, we'll see like this. Number of digits is 0. Why it is showing number of digits is 0? We'll just write here that is correct only what we written here. We can use the function en, the keyword length I am using here. Okay, but actually here the variable I used, if length is equal to 0, what will happen? The length should be iterated by 1. So okay, sorry, length plus is equal to 1 is equal to is not there here. Yeah, and our number of digits is 2. Yes, here is equal to is missing, so that is the reason it is showing a wrong one. While loop, in order to count number of digits in an integer, we started by prompting the user by input, where the user will enter an integer value, and this is captured in the variable underscore value underscore int. Total number of digits will be stored in the variable length, which we initialize to 0. Then here idea is to count all the number of digits starting from the last one in the value underscore int until we run out of the digits. Logic here is, which we implement in our while loop to perform this count, is to successively divide the value of value underscore int by 10 until the quotient of the division will be 0. So when you look inside the body of the while loop, value underscore int is divided by 10 by making use of double slash operator. This is the one which will return integer quotient of that division, and you will know that for any number which is an n digit long in division to produce a quotient which contains n minus 1 digits. Each time when we perform such division, we increment the value of length variable, which keeps us in the count of number of digits until the quotient in our division results in 0. In that case, we have run out of digits, in which case we need to break out of the while loop, and this is why we said that the condition for while loop execution to value underscore int is greater than 0. So when we run out of the digits, while loop will terminate, and then we move on to the print statement at the end. Print out the number of digits. So let us see how this works. Now I'm going to run the cell. Now I'm just going to run the cell again, and we will just type one more number, control enter, and now I'm typing 43,897 and press enter. So in this you have 5 digits, so and this correctly returns the number of digits we entered is 5. So much like for loop, while loop is suited for many operations which we need to perform iteratively, and especially suited for those where the iterations will continue until a specific condition will match. Even the versatility of while loops is often helps for us to define them in a very concise manner in order to perform simple tasks. So here we initialize two variables, that is x and y, the integers of 0 and 8, and I assign the values of 0 and 8. And following that, we will use both of them in a while loop in order to print out all of the integers between 0 to 8. The way we do is that y as a referral for the value of x. Within each iteration of our while loop, we increment the value of x and then printed out these iterations will continue as long as the value of x is less than the value of y. To check it out, how we define our while loop here is, we include the while keyword followed by the condition which needs to be evaluated, that is x is less than y, and then follows condition. We do not move ahead to the next line, but we define the body of the while loop within the same line so that line of code within the body is x is equal to x plus 1, print x. This is the second line which we separate of each of these statements by semicolon, by using semicolon. This is where semicolons are used in Python, where effectively define multiple lines of conditions with the same line and use semicolon as a separator between the lines. This is how we can concisely define the while loop. So we can run this cell, all of the integers 1 to 8 are printed out. Now we move along the nested while loop. We saw for nested for loops also can be used in order to print all the possible combinations of the elements. So in our next video, we'll just see the nested while loops. Now we'll just complete this. The variable x comma y is equal to 0 comma 8. Okay, instead of this I'll go for this. While x is less than 5, y is equal to 1. Okay. So what I just ask here, if x is less than y, okay, instead of less than y, I just write greater than. I'll stop the kernel to stop it. So here my value of x is greater than y, then it is 9. So that is the reason it is printing 9. Okay. So in the next video, we'll just learn about nested while loops. Thank you. Thank you for observing.